Alright, today we shall be looking at logarithms as a topic, and we are going to consider the laws of logarithm. So what we are going to look at today is law 1. That's what we consider today. Now let's look at what law 1 says. It said if log n base b is equals to x. Now say therefore n is equals to b raised to power x. What are we doing here? The law says that the base here, which is b, will come to this side and you raise the s to the power of that base. You will get to understand it clearly when we start the example. Let's look at the example of that law 1. We are going to consider just 3 examples. The first one is evaluate the following. Evaluate the following. A. Log 625 base 25. B. Log 10 base 0.1. And C. Log 27 base 81. Now let's look at the solution together, starting from the first example, that is A. Solution. A. You see how simple this law 1 of the law of logarithm, how simple it is. Now the first one, which is log, which is A of our example, says is log 625 base 25. Now the first thing you do here is to equate it to x is equals to x. Let's put our x this form, is equals to x. Now go by the law. It says that you do away with the log, and the law says that 625 now will now equals to 25 raised to power x. Now can you see in the example, in the law, it says log n base b equals to s, then n is equals to b raised to power x, and that is exactly what we did here. Log 25 base 20 base 20, log 625 base 25 is now equals to x. Then we have 625 equals to 25 raised to power x. Now what is the next thing to do? The first thing you should have in mind is having the same base. Having what? The same base. We have 625. What will be our base? 25 is what we have as a base here. What will be the base here is going to be 25 as well. How do we get that? Say 25 times 25 will give you 625. So 25 raised to power 2 is equals to 25 raised to power x. That is the first thing that you need to know. Having the same base. Now if you look at it now, we have the same base, 25. So you now do away with the base. Consider the raised to power. What do we have at the raised to power? The first here is on your left hand side, 2 equals to what? X. That's what we have. Now say therefore x is equals to 2. It's very simple. Very simple. The first thing you consider, like I said before, is your base, which is 25. Let's go to the second example, the B part of the example. B said log 10 base 0.1 Here also you will equate it to x. Let's equate it to x, and you apply the same formula. Here will now be 10 equals to 0.1 raised to power x. 0.1 raised to power x. Now, in logarithm, what is 0.1? 0.1 is equals to 10 raised to power minus 1. 10 raised to power minus 1, or still raised to power x. Now, here, 10, the raised to power of whole number is 1. There is an invisible 1 here. 10 raised to power 1 is equals to 10. Any number raised to power 1 is equals to that number. Now, let's go on. So, 10 raised to power 1 is equals to 10 raised to power minus 1, or in bracket x. So, you now say 10 raised to power 1 equals to, multiply this 2 raised to power. So 10 raised to power minus 1 times x minus x. Now you have the same base. Consider only the raised to power now. You now have 1 equals to minus x. Then multiply both sides by minus. Multiply both sides by minus. So you now have x now equals to minus 1. So therefore x is equals to minus 1. So your answer here is minus 1. Now with these two examples, I would like you to do the third one by yourself, which is log 27 base 81. Don't forget, you have to equate your base, and after that you consider only the raised to power and you get your answer. Thank you.